Hey, it's Mikey Mike. Hey, we are kite surfing at 6 Mile Cove in Nevada, and yeah, it was a great weekend, just after 4th of July, the 5th and 6th, and it was awesome. 0 people on the beach, water was warm, winds were up, and we were rocking it, having a great time. There was a few people from Captain Kirk's Kitesurfing down there, Leaf and Sabrina, and some of their friends were down there tearing it up on the foil kites and doing a little self-launching here and tied off to the back of the palisade and running back to get to the bar. And I noticed there is a sandbag on my line, so we got to clean that up a little bit. But the winds were really nice. The weather was super nice. The only issue was some wasps on the beach. That was about it. And the first day I was on the 14 meter, and the second day was on the 11 meter. So it picked up quite a bit. And yeah, so getting ready to launch the kite here, nice and smooth. Just a quick self-launch. As you can see, there's nobody else on the beach for kiting. So you got to be proficient on self-launching. So hopefully this video helps you out a little bit to kind of get you going there. Make sure you bring a sandbag to kind of secure your kites and stuff. And if you're not, the temperatures get really hot here, so you might need to wrap your kites up during the day if you're not using them. So we're on the 5.7 Cabrina surfboard. Yeah, small surfboard, small kite, and having some fun. Actually, I think we're on the 14 here today, but I took out the 6.4 BG surfboard earlier, and yeah, it was just too much board. So yeah, it's blowing like crazy. So we're gonna have some fun on the small board, and yeah, we did for sure. So literally, there was like 2 families out on the whole 6 Mile Cove, which is almost unheard of. Except that, everybody had a big 4th of July weekend, so the 5th of July and 6th of July were a little bit easier. When I showed up, there was about 30 people cleaning up the beach. The beach was spotless, and that was nice. The water's crystal clear. So make my way up to the point is typically where I launch, and it was interesting. I got to try out a foil kite this weekend, and for the first time ever on a foil kite, and what I noticed is I walked all the way up to the point with my LEI kite, and I end up all the way down at the second point, and the foil kite, I literally was halfway up the cove, already upwind. So much more upwind ability on the foil kites. Really loved it. I had a great time, great experience on the foil kite, but they're super expensive, and they are but they fly really nice. They're very slow and manageable on the larger kites, which I was on. But as you can see here, I'm aiming towards the point, and on the foil kite, same board, same everything, and I was halfway up I was in the middle of the cove right here. I was already up past the buoy, so it was great. So here's a little beach camp perspective. Got that on the palisade, and we were just trucking along, man. We were having a great time. So right here is the point at the end, and this is where I ended up every time on my surfboard with my LEI kite. It's really pretty here. It's super shallow and really clean. But on the foil kite, literally was halfway up I want to try to do a comparison video, probably the next little video I should post up here. So you gotta check that out. So I was doing great on my transitions today. I was trying to work those as best I could. We are trimmed in just a little bit here. Trust me, I trimmed it a lot periodically throughout the day because it was blowing pretty good. So I'm not quite sure why I didn't do a transition here. Maybe the wind was doing something funky, but just got back up on the board and built the kite, and let's go. What's nice about 6 Mile is super warm water in the summertime, and there's nothing's gonna bite you, eat you, or swallow you whole. And you can just tool around on the water if you want. You're not going to float too far downwind to where you're going to panic and not make it back upwind enough. I think it's right here. I'm getting up towards the next cove up. And I think that is Sabrina and Mike and a couple of the other people. They're on a boat right there. And I couldn't quite make it up there. So I think I go out for another run and then I try it out again. You got to be careful. There are some sticks, tree branches up, sticking up out of the water. So you got to be careful with your kite. And, situational awareness is super important. So you can see I'm trimming in here, and we're just moving out. But my transitions are doing a lot better, man. I'm having a great time. And on the foil kite, oh my gosh, I was so amazed at how much lift it had. Just all the time, it was always moving up, and I was able to turn the kite and just stay out of the water easily compared to the LAI kite. So I'm fully trimmed in here, just moving out. Granted, I'm on the 14 meter here right now because I have the light gray shirt on. In the dark gray shirt, I was always at the 11. So I got to see some friends from Long Beach. They were here kiting, having a great time. The winds were up. Michael! I haven't seen Michael in a long time, and Mike, I think he's a contractor in Long Beach, and it's surprisingly that I saw him in 6 Mile Cove, in Fort Mojave, or excuse me, in 6 Mile Cove in Nevada.
A couple days, I think. At least till tomorrow.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
You going tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here guiding the leading.
Oh, okay, good.
Mike,
yeah.
you lost so much weight. It's insane.
Thanks.
I didn't recognize you.
Thanks. I'm still fat, but I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh, a lot.
Thanks. You guys done?
No, I'm gonna stay here and then I'm gonna stay with Leaf.
Okay.
I spend some time with my friends,
Yeah.
and I said, okay, then drop me there, I told them.
Yeah, that's cool. That's way cool.
Now I want to answer the last drop because they are local here, but myself, I just want to have answered the last drop.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm having fun.
See you there, guys.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time.
Okay.
I know where Leaf went. He took off somewhere. He went across?
Yeah.
He went down to Cottonwood, and he went to 9 Mile, he went across the lake.
I'm gonna come there too.
Okay, good. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, take care.
So it sounds like Sabrina's having a great time. She's the owner of Captain Kirk's Kitesurfing in Long Beach, and she can really jump high on her foil kites, and she's amazing. So we're back here launching the kite. Looks like I'm going to get some help this time. I think Leaf's down there. Get the darker gray shirt on, so that means we're going with the 11 meter. And it's nice to get help every once in a while if somebody's around. Wide open parking lot here. Usually it's packed with cars, and you're just struggling to get launched, and not trying to hurt yourself, hurt somebody else. But this was amazing. It was day after 4th of July, and man, it was awesome. Had a great time. And they did a really good job on cleaning up the beach and making it sano, and man, it was awesome.
Thank you. Oh yeah, 11 feels good. I'm trimmed in and I got power. Yeah, it's nice. You gotta get out there.
So I don't know if you noticed, I got the white water shoes on, and these things are almost like little tennis shoes. Those things have a great sole in the bottom. It's perfect for 6 Mile and 9 Mile Cove, where they have a lot of rocks. 6 Mile Cove's not as bad. 9 Mile Cove has a lot of rocks, and you never know if you're going to get caught up or downwind and have to walk back, and if you have any issues. So it's really important to have a good set of shoes. Thongs I tried it a couple times, and they're slippery and they try to fall off your feet, but you can strap them to your harness. But I would highly recommend just getting a good set of booties or water shoes. Be a lot more user friendly. So here we go again. We're on the 11 meter this time, and I'm going to be pointing downwind and I'm trying to go upwind, but I still end up at the point. And with the foil kite, man, I was like right here. I was already up and out of the bay. So on the 11, trimming in before we even get out of the bay, which usually this is a lull spot right here. There's nothing lull about this day, that's for sure. It was pumping. Swells weren't too that big though. They were manageable for sure. You can see a couple flow kites over there off to the right, and those guys were having a great time. I'm gonna make it over that way a little bit later. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you like what you see, make sure you smash that like button. Yeah, this is it's a long video. It's just, this is documentation for me, and hopefully you guys can come along for the ride. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Kitesurfing is amazing. Getting a lot better. And, at least I think I'm better. But it is such a thrill and a total stoke, I'm telling you. It is so addicting. You're binging for the wind in the right direction and the right, speed. So there's a lot of flow kites over here. They're doing their thing, and they're all jumping, doing some crazy stuff, and I'm trying to make sure I don't get in their way. So trying to be respectful for that. So a couple times I just kind of fell back in the water because I didn't know what they were going to do. So I just kind of put the kite up in the sky because the kite's coming from all directions. There's a little lull right here. There's a little cove. A couple times we were able to make it up and go, but we're on the 11 and just having to work the kite just a little bit. But once you're up and running and right over the point, it starts to pick up. So if you've been to 6 Mile or 9 Mile Cove, make sure you leave some comments down below. Yeah, having a great time here. Hopefully I can get back a couple more times this season. And haven't made it to Sherman Island this year. Man, I want to go so bad. My buddy Mike and Andrew were up there this weekend, or this last week, and man, I missed out. Yeah, working on the house a little bit and air conditioner issues, and working on my Volkswagen Beetle. Doing a lot of body work and stuff like that. So yeah, we're trying to manage, doing some juggling. Once again, just a lot going on, and sometimes you just need to chill and just kick back in the water, and it's nice when you can do that. Like I said, not try to get eaten by anything. I think I crash around here somewhere. I got to pull off the board or something happens. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I think maybe I was trying to turn, or I just didn't quite work out. But overall, I did really good on my transitions, and I was having a good time. It was nice. I didn't have to body drag too far, too often. Really close to the board every time, and not a lot of crashing, so that helped too. So if you made it this far in the video, here's a little kite cam perspective, doing a little transition. I'm using the GoPro 11 Black 11s, and unfortunately these cameras overheat a lot. Even in the wind, but the one in the kite like overheats quite a bit, which is weird because it doesn't get enough airflow around the camera. My 3s, and I have a 5, and those things work great, but the 11, man, it overheats and just shuts off by itself all the time, so I lose a lot of video footage. And I just bought a new memory card for it. It's a 512 memory card, so that really lasts for the most part for a couple of days easy. And, yeah, it's unfortunate. Not a big fan of that. Great video quality and stabilization is awesome, but that overheating thing doesn't look great if you can't get any footage. I'm gonna have to get brave enough one of these days to add a line cam. I have one, but I'm scared to put it on my line, so I'm just scared it's gonna get tangled up, and I got enough drama to deal with out there in the first place. My 3D helmet cam is awesome. I like that little thing. I'm gonna try to get a GoPro, the Max. So we're in here towards the shallows again. We're gonna try not to work off the fin and try to ride at the top of a few little swell waves here. And they're not as big as they were earlier. This was making it a little tricky, but I made the transition and just trying to ride a few waves and have some fun. And as soon as I carved, then I was able to cut all the way back up to where I started from and go off for another run. You can see the beach. It's incredible how there is no one on the beach. So it gets a little lofty over here at the point. You got to be careful, keep an eye on your kite. Almost ditched, or not ditched, but grounded out that foil kite that I tried out, and it just kind of wanted to do its own thing, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I'll have to get ready for that video. I think I did a quick little Instagram video on that, but I'm gonna try to put the comparison video up here on YouTube. You'll get to see. So back down towards the point again on the LEI kite. Having a great time, man. It was a great weekend. Weekday, I guess. 4th of July, 5th of July, 6th of July. Quick self land here. gotta get them back down too. It's fortunate because there's no cars out there, so that makes it a lot easier. Just gotta remember to take off your your safety before you go run after your kite, because I get hung up every once in a while doing that. So I just hold the top line and run back to the kite. Just kind of keep it settled. Now we're good to go. Alright, once again, this is Mikey Mike. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you on our next video. Alright, man. Peace!